record. Okay, here we go. All right, Sunday morning yoga church, May 25, 2025. It is Memorial Day weekend here in the grand US of A. And I'm going to get everybody muted and we are recording. Good. So the word today, the theme today is Pratyahara. Pratyahara is the fourth of the 8 limbs of yoga. Pratyahara is the bridge that takes us from the external practices of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, to the internal practices, which will be the remaining 3 limbs, the remaining 4 limbs that we dive into over the next 4 Sundays. So Pratyahara is often translated from Sanskrit to English as a turning inward or a withdrawal of the senses. And while I don't disagree with that, I do have a little bit of an argument with that because I think that sounds very difficult and like almost unattainable. I love the concept of Pratyahara being a flowing towards the center, a flowing towards the self with a capital S. And I also would suggest that rather than thinking of Pratyahara as shutting down, turning off the senses, I recommend that we view Pratyahara and practice Pratyahara as a command of our senses, so that we're commanding our senses rather than our senses commanding us. In other words, don't allow our senses to be thieves of our life force, thieves of our prana. So here's what's going to happen. It's going to be an unusual class today, and I'm going to give you options for all of this. I do want you to have something pretty to look at somewhere around your mat, at the head of your mat or to the side of your mat, because at the end of practice, when we open the eyes from Shavasana, I want the first thing or one of the first things you see to be something that is that gives you an exhale, something that fills your spirit. That can be your backyard. That can be what you see out the window, Kathy the lake. That can be, I got a little bud vase. It can be your pet. It can be a piece of art on the wall, whatever, a fabric, a tapestry. So you pick it. The other thing that I'm asking is for a scarf or a bandana. So here's where it's going to get a little spicy. We're going to do the practice, if you'd like, with our eyes closed. So option 1, roll through the practice. It's going to be a very slow flow. We're not going to do any surprising things with our body at all. Roll through the practice with your eyes open, but keeping your gaze, your drishti, soft, just looking down the bridge of your nose. And we're going to do the best that we can to avoid being distracted by sounds and birds and phones and all that other stuff that clamors for our attention. Option 2, do the practice with your eyes just closed. That way you can open them anytime you want. Open, see where you are, catch your surroundings, catch your balance. Option 3 is put a wrap around your head. Now, I'm going to keep my eyes open because I'm going to keep my eyes on you. But I did this morning with a scarf. I wrapped it around my head, around my eyes, and around again, and I tied it up front. Not too tight, of course. And then I took the tail of the scarf and I kind of tucked it in so that it wouldn't be flopping around down by my nose or my lips or my mouth, and that would be annoying. Okay? Have a seat. And those of you that are getting yourselves set up with a scarf or bandana, go for it. The rest of us, we're going to sit cross-legged in whatever leg shape works for you. Make peace fingers. Bring your 2 peace fingers down to the floor with straight arms. And we're going to close the eyes. And we're going to take just a couple of minutes sitting still, sitting silently with the hands in Bhu Mudra. Anchor into your sit bones. And as you get your scarf on, your bandana on, join us with peace fingers to the floor in this Mother Earth mudra, grounding mudra. So first things first, we check in with the physical body, finding the sit bones, the feet, the ankles, and the fingertips, all the parts of us that are in touch with the floor. Then we check in with the breath body. Without manipulating the breath, we're simply going to watch the breath flow in through the nose, exit from the nose. Noticing the quality of the breath this morning. And then we check into the mind body, the mental body, noticing the chatter upstairs. And can we harness any of the chatter upstairs, particularly if it is negative? But frankly, even if it's overly excited, can we harness that and put it on the back burner so that we can be fully present, mind, body, spirit, for this practice ahead? Excellent. Come onto your back. So those of you with eyes closed, you come down, well, everybody come down slowly. But once you get down with eyes closed, just kind of take your hands out to the edge of the mat. Just kind of get your bearings. Where's the mat? Where's the floor? Where's the dog? And then if you would, bend your knees, feet to the floor, and let's do 4 or 5 rounds of supine cat-cow. Arms could be anywhere they're comfortable. Breath moving at its own pace, its own rate. Initiating the movement of the spine, arching the low back as you breathe in, rounding the low back as you exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to take this practice very slow today so that you have ample time to organize yourself on your mat. You have ample time to settle into a shape, settle into the movement of breath, exploring how your body and how your other senses respond to movement with eyes closed or eyes open softly. Okay, Maxine's going for it. All right, I love it. From supine cat-cow, I want you to keep your knees bent and your feet to the floor. Bring your hands in front of your chest, clasp your fingers together. Spin your palms to the ceiling and then take your arms up over your head, just to the degree that your shoulders allow, of course. And I want you to press into the base of your right palm, like push the heel of your right palm farther from your head, giving yourself a stretch through the right side of your body. At the same time, shear your right knee forward slightly. Your right hip might come off the mat. That's fine. Just a big stretch through the right side of your trunk, your torso. Nice. And then push through the heel of your left hand, reaching behind you, reaching beyond your head. Shear your left knee forward. Oh. Good. And then go from side to side a couple times, just kind of stretching the lateral lines of the body, right and left. Excellent. Good. And then bring arms out like a T. Take your feet wide as the mat. Maybe even step them off the mat and notice what that feels like for you, stepping from the cushion of the sticky mat, the texture of the sticky mat, onto the texture of the floor underneath you. Heightening your sensory awareness. And windshield wipers 4 times. Take your time, going left on the inhale, returning to center on the exhale. And I'm not going to talk a whole lot, I think, from this point forward. When you get to the fourth round, let your knees remain to the left for several breaths. Take your knees over to the right and stay for several breaths. Bring your knees up and walk your feet back onto the mat, paying close attention to the change in texture, the change in topography. Bring your right knee to your chest. 3 deep breaths. And then you'll take your right knee to the right ankle, excuse me, to the top of your left knee. And pull the left knee in. And exploring this shape without your vision, without the use of your external vision. So now you must explore the shape with your internal vision. Sensing from the inside out the response of your body. Noticing the response of your breath. If that pattern changes with the change of body shape. Place your left foot onto the mat. Bring your right knee to your chest. And either stay here with right knee at chest, or take a hold of your big toe with your right peace fingers and send your right heel to the ceiling. And without the benefit of seeing if the leg is straight, don't worry about it. Just notice how this feels along the back of your leg, back of the knee, back of the thigh. Just taking the foot and the leg to the degree that your body gives permission. Excellent. Set your right foot to the floor. Bring left knee to chest. 3 deep breaths. And so you know what's coming. After your third breath, you'll take your left ankle to the top of your right knee for reclining pigeon, or often called eye of the needle. We'll bring your right knee to your chest. Good. And bring your hands either behind your right thigh or over the right shin. And using your internal scope, observing how your body feels on this side, feeling our way through the practice today. And set your right foot to the mat. Notice the texture. Find the four corners of your foot. Bring your left knee to your chest. And either remain with knee to chest or take your peace fingers around your left big toe. Left heel moves up to the ceiling. Good. Mind your breath. Mind your mind. If 80% of our energy is devoted to what we take on board through the eyes, that doesn't leave a whole lot for the rest of the senses. So the practice today, highly focused on opening up the other senses, touch, smell, even taste, sound. Take your left foot down to the mat. Stretch your legs down onto the floor. Take your arms, excuse me, up overhead and give yourself a big stretch accompanied by a big breath. Good. We're going to transition to hands and knees now. So knees will bend, feet come to the floor, roll to one side and bring yourself upright. And then because your eyes are closed or you've got them covered with a scarf or bandana, what I propose is that you walk your hands forward and kind of feel for the top of your sticky mat and walk your hands out to the sides and feel for the sides of your mat. Just identify where you are with your hands. Sense of touch. And then from there, you can bring your hands a comfortable place on the mat, about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. And let's take 3 cat-cows. Breathing in. Very nice. And breathing out, drawing chin to chest. On your third one, on the exhale, you'll drop back to child's pose. And as you pause in child's pose, you might move your hands to the side just a bit, just noticing the edge of the mat, just once again, finding your boundaries, becoming aware of where you are on the mat through your sense of touch. And when you take an in-breath, pull yourself forward to staff. Finding that strength in your body and your shoulders. And then you're going to move into downward dog on the out-breath. Good. And just notice how this dog feels without your sense of sight. And then I'd like you to do that 2 more times. Come to your knees, inhale into cow pose. Exhale into child's pose, balasana. Inhale into staff pose, Adho Mukha Dandasana, downward facing staff. And then exhale into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Beautiful. And then do that 1 more time, please, on your own. Take your time, pausing in any of the shapes if you'd like. Finding the mat, finding yourself through your other senses. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. So from here, you can walk your feet, take small steps, walk your feet forward to your hands. When you get your feet to your hands or where you think your hands are, inch your fingertips forward and find the top edge of your sticky mat. Well, once you've found the top of your sticky mat, you can walk your thumbs back or walk your fingertips back, find your toes, and get a sense for where your toes are, where your feet are on the mat in relationship to the top of the mat. You might sweep your hands out to the sides. Knees can be bent for this. So Kathy, Sophie's gone, so you can come onto the mat if you'd like. Yeah. You can sweep your hands out to the sides and just figure out where you are in relationship to the sides of the mat. Good. And then I'm going to have you roll yourself up slowly. Anchor your feet. Slowly come up. Finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. You're doing great. Let's take a breath in and sweep the arms forward and up. Circle your arms out to the sides, making the snow angels on the exhale. Very nice. Come into a chair pose, fierce pose, Utkatasana, breathing in. And then you're going to bring fingertips to the floor, breathing out. Take your right foot back and bring your right knee down. Yep, find your hands on the mat. Maybe find the edges of the mat. Right foot back, right knee down, pause. We're just going to stay in this low lunge. Good. Pick your back knee up. Pick your right knee up. Get a good stretch through the inseam of the right leg. Step back to downward facing dog. Yep, feel your way around the mat. You can move your hands anytime, exploring the edges, the sides of the mat. Move your feet if you'd like. Explore where your feet are on the mat. We're not trying to find symmetry. We're just trying to find sensation. And so here's the fun part. We're going to step the right foot forward. You've got to take a big step so you don't stub your toe. The right foot forward. Take as many steps as you'd like. Bring your right hand behind your ankle and chunk your right foot up there. Bring your left knee down, and we're going to pause in this low lunge for a few breaths. Great. Tuck your back toes under, pick your left knee up, and find that sweet stretch through the inseam of the leg. And then on an exhalation, big step forward with your left foot, all the way up next to your right. Good. You can use your hands to feel about. And you're going to roll yourself all the way up. Finding Tadasana. You can roll up or you can come up with a straight back if you'd like. Mountain pose. Right, here we go again. On the in breath, arms forward and up. Anchor into the feet. Feel the four corners of your feet. Circle the arms out to the sides on the exhale. Feel the air between your fingertips. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale. Strong in the legs. Fingertips to the floor, exhale. You're going to take your left foot back, bring your left knee down. Either keep fingertips to the floor or bring your hands up to your right knee. Notice how balance becomes a little more challenging without the hands to the floor. Keep hands to the knee, or if you'd like, sweep your arms up, straight up overhead, reaching fingertips to ceiling. You might arc back a little bit if that feels good on your low back. Maybe take chin up a little. It's going to challenge the balance. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Very nice. Good. Fingertips come to the floor. Great. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee, and step back to downward dog. And give yourself a breath to organize yourself. Feel your hands on the mat, toes on the mat. Yeah, great. And now you're going to step your left foot forward. Big step forward. Bring your hand behind the ankle. Chunk it up there. Bring your right knee down. And remember your options. You can keep fingertips to the floor or hands to the left knee. Maybe arms come up. Notice how this side's different than the other. Maybe arc back a little bit if you'd like. Maybe chin up if you'd like. Feel how your lower body works in this shape. Wonderful. Really nice, everybody. Fingertips to the floor. Pick your right knee up. Good. Figure out where you are, and then you're going to step forward. Terrific. Really good. Bring yourself up to Tadasana, either with a straight, strong back, or roll yourself up, stacking your vertebrae one at a time, finding Tadasana. All right, we're going to do one more flow. This time it's going to be a standing flow. Anytime you want to open your eyes or ditch the bandana, you're welcome to do so. Let's start as we have been. Take your arms forward and up as you inhale. Circle out to the sides on the exhale. Good. Utkatasana. Inhale. Knees bend, flex into the hips. Nice. Hands to the mat. Exhale. Good. Figure out where you are on the mat through your sense of touch. You're going to take your right foot back, spin the right heel down. And you might want to inch your right toes, maybe to the right a little bit, maybe find the edge of the mat, and then bring your foot square onto the mat. Good. We're going to come up into Warrior Two. Good. Take your time. Arms extend out. Good. Find balance. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So without the sense of sight, just turn your chin so you're facing your left arm. Even with eyes closed, we can still find a level of having drishti, right? We can still find focus. Breathing in, breathing out. You're going to windmill your hands down to the floor. Very good. Find your hands to the mat. Come onto the ball of your back foot. So you level the hips and then you'll step back to downward dog. Terrific. Beautiful. Come forward to staff. And on or off your knees, bring yourself all the way down to the floor. Good. Good. Point your toes straight back. And with forehead down on the mat, or you can stack your hands under forehead, we're just gonna lift the lower body. Feet, knees, and legs come up. Good. Lifting, lifting. Head stays down. Yeah, chest stays down. Feet, knees, and legs up. Excellent. And lower your lower body down. Keep your feet down, legs down, pelvis down, and just lift your upper body. Head, shoulders, and chest come up. Arms can be down by your sides at this point, or they can be out like a cactus. Anything really goes. Excellent. Bring yourself down to the floor. And then slide your hands about under your shoulders, what feels like it might be underneath your shoulders, and you're going to peel yourself up into cobra. So take your time, move your hands around as much as you'd like, using the hands and using the fingers kind of like little antennae to figure out where you are on the mat, and then peeling up. You can take your arms as straight as you like, whatever feels good on your low back. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. And then lower yourself down to the floor. Sophie. I want you to tuck your toes and come up onto your hands and your knees. And we're just going to pause for a beat on hands and knees. If you need to kind of feel where you are, go for it. And then you'll tuck your toes and come into downward dog. We're going to take a three-legged dog just to see how this feels without the sense of sight, taking your right leg up as you breathe in. Good. And then you're going to step forward. So draw that knee to your chest and then bring right foot forward. You can help it up there with your right hand if you'd like. And bring your left heel down. So one of the things I did this morning I found helpful was when I brought my left heel down, I inched my foot over to the left a little bit. The wider base is helpful for balance. And then we're going to come up into warrior two. So you can windmill your arms out and up if you'd like. I found it helpful to first just bring my hands to my waist and then turn my trunk a quarter turn to the left and extend arms. Reminder, we're feeling our way through the practice, not looking. Turning the chin to the right. Wonderful. I want you to windmill your arms forward, bringing your hands to the mat. Good. Turn your back toes, come up onto your back toes rather, lift your back heel. And then you're ready to step forward. Left foot forward next to the right. And you're going to roll yourself up, coming to Tadasana, roll up or come up with a strong straight back, your call. Bringing arms down by your sides with your palms open, using your palms as your eyes. Let's take arms forward and up, last round, y'all. Inhaling up, circle the arms out to the sides as you exhale, feel your hands move through space. Chair pose as you breathe in, bending the knees, arms come forward. And then fingertips to the mat as you breathe out. Good. Once you find the mat, you're going to take your left foot back and spin your left heel down, maybe inch your left foot a little to the left, giving yourself a broader base. Now we're coming up into warrior one. You're welcome to sweep your arms forward and up this morning. I found it helpful to bring hands to my waist, lift up, and then take my arms up. Good. Feel your feet on the mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Wonderful. Reach forward and then down to the floor with your hands. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Make your way into downward facing dog. Very nice. You're welcome to remain in downward dog. You can hit your knees for child's pose or bring yourself forward to staff and lower yourself down to the mat. Very nice. Bring your arms down by your sides for full locust. Palms facing down. When you're ready, on an in-breath, lift as much of your body off the mat as you can. Head, chest, arms, feet, knees. You can keep your arms by your sides or bring your hands behind your back and clasp your fingers together. Pull your knuckles back towards your heels. Shoulder extension. And come on down. Good. Pause for a moment. Turn your head to the right. Bring your arms wherever they want to be comfortable. And listen. What do you hear? Sounds outside of your space, sounds in your space, sounds in your body. And turn your head to the left. And notice what you smell. Any aromas coming from the kitchen? Maybe flowers in your space. Maybe a freshly shampooed dog. Bring your forehead back to the mat. Slide your hands where you think are underneath your shoulders. Good. Spread your fingers wide. Feel the texture of the sticky mat under your hands. Push yourself up onto your hands and your knees. And tucking your toes, downward facing dog. I'm going to come into three-legged dog. When you're ready, on an in-breath, take your left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Right heel comes down. And find your way into warrior one, taking as much time as you'd like, proceeding with caution. That's it. Y'all are doing great. And arms come up. Very nice. Good. Just a little side note, I'm watching the time. We got started late today, so I'm going to take us a little late. If you need to leave at the 10:30 time, please do. You'll get the recording, but I want to make sure everybody has a full hour of practice. Give yourself one more breath in Virabhadrasana 1. On an exhalation, reach forward. And there's Sophie. And then slowly bring your hands to the floor. Good. Come on to the ball of your back foot. Great. And you're going to step your right foot forward to your left. And we're going to hang in this forward bend for a couple of breaths. Anything goes with your hands and arms. Beautiful. I'm going to have you come halfway up. Fingertips can stay to the floor. You can slide your hands up your shins and a long, strong back, long spine. Good. Taking the crown of your head forward, pulling your sternum away from your thighs. Take your arms out like a T. It's going to require some back muscle. Good. Knees can be bent. Legs can go straight, whatever feels good for you. And then if you like, take your arms forward alongside your ears, reaching your fingertips beyond your head. Excellent. And place your fingertips to the mat. Good. A deep bend in your knees. I want you to come down and have a seat on your bum. When you get onto your bum, I want you to come into a cross-legged shape. Either shin out front makes no matter to me. And place your fingertips on the mat on either side of you, just getting a sense of where you are on the sticky mat. Good. And then I'm going to have you keep left fingertips to the floor. Sweep your right arm up over your head. We're going to do a side bend, just an easy, simple side bend over to the left. And bring yourself upright. Keep left fingertips to the floor. Now you're going to take right hand to your left knee and an easy twist. You can inch your left fingertips a little farther behind you, coming into a twist to the left. Good. Sternum lifted up out of the belly and turning the chin to the right. Mm-hmm. Good. Unwind yourself, please. A little counter twist to the right. Finding the floor under your fingertips, maybe the left hand to the right knee. Good. And then coming to center and staying with your legs crossed in this way. I want you to bring your forearms out in front of you. You're going to bring your right elbow under your left for eagle arms, lifting yourself upright. Good. Yep, you got it. Good. Right elbow under left, wrapping forearms around, and then pressing elbows forward, chin comes to chest. I think it was Iyengar who said in one of his many, many books, he thinks of the pores of the skin, the pores of the body as eyes. Sensing our way through asana practice, sensing our way through life, using the pores to guide us. Thousands of little eyes. Okay, you're going to unwrap your arms, bring your hands behind you and uncross your legs, hands behind you to the floor. Uncross your legs and bring your feet to the floor. We're going to come into reverse tabletop. Okay, so get your hands set up. Again, you might feel the edges of your mat to figure out where you are. Fingers can point towards the bum, out to the sides or back, whatever feels good on your shoulders and your wrists. And then on an in-breath, press into your feet, press into your hands, lift your pelvis, lift your sternum, coming into reverse tabletop, breathing in, breathing out. What's happening in your jaw? Ugh. Wonderful. And come on down. You're going to cross your legs the opposite way. And we're going to begin with the right fingertips to the floor, out to the right. Left arm is going to sweep up and over the left ear, side bending to the right. And keeping right fingertips on the floor, just lift your spine up to vertical, left arm goes up. And now we're ready to twist to the right. Left hand to the right knee, and you can inch your right fingertips back or maybe walk them behind you. And turning your chin to the left. Good. Unwind yourself. Take a little counter twist to the left. And then turning to face forward, unwrap your legs, unpack your legs, bring your hands behind you for reverse. Oh no, I'm sorry, we've got to do eagle first. My bad. Stay with your legs crossed. My bad, sorry. Legs crossed. Bring your forearms out in front of you with the elbows bent. Now you're going to take left elbow under right. Wrapping the forearms together, coming into Garudasana, eagle arms, pressing the elbows forward and bringing your chin to your chest. Now you can unwrap your arms, bring your hands behind you, unpack your feet, place your feet on the mat, and then come into reverse tabletop. When you're ready, lifting up. And slowly lowering down. Good. I want you to come into a comfortable seated shape. You can sit cross-legged. If you want to slide up onto a chair, you're welcome to. We're going to do one little bit of pranayama before we come down to Shavasana. So the pranayama is Brahmari. Eyes are already closed. Maybe the bandana or the scarf is over your eyes. If you're not working with a bandana, you can use your hands. You can bring the pad of the middle finger to the tear duct of your eyes. And you can bring the pad of the ring finger just down to the fleshy part of your nose. And the pad of the pinky finger just above your lips. The thumbs are going to go into the ears, so we're going to shut out the external sound. We're going to do 3 rounds of Brahmari, inhaling through the nose. Exhale is a long, slow hum as we take chin to chest. We'll start together and then end. We'll all probably end at a different time, taking a breath in. And as you finish up, uncross your legs, and you'll come into Shavasana. Making your way down onto your mat, keeping the cover over your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And dropping in. Pratyahara, the first step towards the inner practices of yoga. It's the bridge between the external and the internal. It's an opportunity to surrender our infatuation with the world of the senses. Just rest. You are welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you wish. Otherwise, I will be bringing the practice to an end. You can deepen your breath. Move your fingers and your toes, feeling your way out of Shavasana. And then coming up to sitting, and when you're ready, you can take off your scarf and let your eyes find that pretty, whatever that is for you, out the window, on your wall. Maybe it's the rug underneath your mat. And I just want to add two more things to this practice. There's so much with Pratyahara. So I was reading about it earlier this week in one of my books, one of my textbooks, and a Swami is quoted in there about Pratyahara, saying, this is a long time ago, saying, don't get too interested in pictures, right? Visual. Don't get too interested in pictures, otherwise you will lose more and more the ability to perceive reality. And I immediately thought about, I mean, this was written before Instagram, right? It was written before AI. But I immediately thought about that. I thought, well, I mean, I get addicted to my phone and the visuals and the memes. Oh my gosh, the memes. How accurate are they? Likely not at all. Anyway, I thought that was really telling. Lastly, Sharon Gannon and David Life, the founders of Jiva Mukti Yoga. In their book, she writes that Pratyahara is a journey from outward fixation, this addiction to our senses, a journey from outward fixation to inward revelation. Mind blown. Bring your palms together, please. Place the base of your thumbs at your forehead. Quiet mind, balanced mind. Bring fingertips to your lips. Quiet speech and balanced breath, and balanced in our sense of taste. And then place hands to heart. Quiet body, quiet spirit, balanced body, balanced spirit. Thank you so much for joining me and for indulging me in today's practice. Special. Thanks for playing along. Appreciate each of you.